Happy hour with the Cardinals live at Minsky's Pizza in Liberty, and we go to about 6:30 tonight. The happy hour lasts until 7. Hope you can come out for the food and drink specials here at Minsky's, and we thank them for hosting us here in the 2016-2017 academic year. We have a young man sitting here next to me who is a senior track athlete from William Jewell. Blake, I don't know where to start here because your accolades and your success at the track and field level, at the national and conference level, are amazing, and I don't want to embarrass you or anything like that, but let's start with two-time GLVC Men's Outdoor Track Athlete of the Year. The last 2 years. That's quite an accomplishment.
Kind of crazy, but it's...
Do you ever sit back sometimes and think, why me? Why has this come to me? Or is it just the hard work that all makes this possible? Tell me about what makes you a good athlete.
I just honestly think just hard work and dedication, and my parents, they also push me, so that's another big contribution. So just some support and my own dedication helps.
In taking a little bit of a look at your background, when you're coming from Stafford, Missouri, a state champion of the 110-meter hurdles, 300-meter hurdles, did you have any idea you'd be able to compete at this level, at the college level?
I started hurdling in sophomore year of high school, so no, not really. So it's kind of new to me coming into college, kind of, so.
Is that a late start for a hurdler?
I think it is. Like, it's really hard technique and everything, so it's new to just new body movements, and it's just weird movements, and yeah, it's kind of hard.
Well, take me through hurdling, because what I know about the event, which probably isn't very much, you know the exact number of steps you're going to take. You know that the timing has to be right. Am I on the right track here?
Yes, correct.
What's the biggest thing to keep right? What's the biggest thing that has to go right?
Not hitting any hurdles, just keeping that momentum going forward, and that's basically it, just keeping that speed in between and then trying to get down as fast as you can and off the hurdle.
The different hurdles have different steps between them?
Yes. The 110s I take 7 steps, and then usually in the 400s I take about 13 to 14.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have to count them, or do they just come naturally?
The 110s come naturally. Sometimes the 400s, they don't come naturally. That's a longer race. Fatigue happens to you, so your stride kind of messes up sometimes. But
hurdles your favorite event, or is there another one?
It's my favorite event. I would say probably the 200s, probably close to a second there.
Well, not only have you done well in the outdoors, but you've done well in the indoors. Last year, GLVC indoor champion in the 16-meter hurdles. I'm going to miss something. I know that. But a first-team all-GLVC indoor track and field champion as well. An All-American in the 16-meter hurdles. 5th place in the national meet, correct?
Yep.
And indoor all-region. This is amazing.
Yeah, I've been blessed, so I'm happy with it.
But also, it sounds like you work extremely hard. What is your workout schedule like? Take us through the year, and where's the most intense training?
Right now, so the first, Monday, Tuesday, we usually do speed workouts, long distance workouts. So kind of with the 400, working with the 400, and then usually on a Wednesday or Thursday, work with hurdles. It depends when we have a meet. So Friday, Saturdays when we have meets. So it depends. We base our schedule off our meets and when we work out for our events and stuff.
Do you have a peak? Do you try to work toward the end of the spring, peaking for the conference and nationals?
Not really. I just try to run my race every time because, everybody's trying to knock you off in the nationals, and so you try to post your best time. And
so basically what you're saying was the gun goes off, you go as fast as you can, right? All
Correct.
the time? Sounds keeping it simple. That's very good. Indoor season starts, I think, officially this Saturday. Is that right?
Yeah, this Friday.
Friday, okay. Where do you go?
At Central Missouri.
Good place to go because we've gone there a lot in the early part of the season.
I like it. It's always been a fast track, so I enjoy it.
Right. You were saying that the Christmas break slows you down a little bit. What kind of shape are you in going into this weekend?
A little down, but hopefully he'll turn around sooner or later.
Yeah. Blake Alexander is with us. Among many other things, he holds, I think this is still accurate, the record in the 60-meter hurdles and the 110 hurdles, and the GLVC record for the 110-meter hurdles as well. Those are still in place?
Yep.
All right. So that kind of puts a target on your back at times, doesn't it?
Yes.
What's that like?
Kind of keeps me on my toes and just, always stay humble and stay focused on the target, and then just try your best and just try to beat everybody else.
When it comes to competition day, do you feel people kind of eyeing you and knowing you're the one to beat, or is it more friendly than that?
I just kind of just stay in my own realm, just in my own head, and just try to focus on my lane and my 5 hurdles or my 10 hurdles, and that's what I try to do.
Sometimes I would guess you probably have to have a couple of events that are fairly close together, but if you had all the time in the world to prepare for a single race, at what point, how far in advance would you start getting into your own head and start really prepping mentally?
Usually I do a warm-up, and then when I practice out of blocks is when I try to focus, try to get with my lane, and then, it's kind of weird, a lane relationship, but it is, because just like, I need to stay here, this is mine, this is my territory.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, lane relationship, tell me what you mean by that.
It's just like, in your head, you're just like, this is my lane, nobody needs to be in it, I need to be out in front, I need to take control of it. It's just like, you have to take control of the race.
Right.
And try to set the pace for everybody else.
I'm sure there's no trash talking in the hurdles because there's not enough time, but before and after, do you guys talk to each other a little bit?
Sometimes we do, and it's usually congrats on the race or just nice race or, just friendly talk.
Right, okay. Blake, one thing, and I may have even asked you this, but I'm interested in this from swimmers, from some runners. You're in the race. What is actually in your head when you're competing and the gun goes off and you're gone?
Usually when I go over a hurdle, I usually can know which part of my body is off if I hit a hurdle and what I need to fix. So that's what usually goes through my head. I'm always on with my steps in the 110, so I usually don't have to worry about that. But it's just technique and then just knowing where my body is at over the hurdle and what I need to fix to the next hurdle.
Right, and you can make those adjustments between hurdles?
Yeah.
Wow, it's incredible. It's an incredible sport.
Yeah.
Blake Alexander is with us, a 2-time outdoor track athlete of the year and an All-American indoor-outdoor. When you hit a hurdle, it's got to hurt, right?
Not now. My knees kind of the nerves in them kind of deadened. So.
Is that right?
Yep.
Really? That happens?
Yeah, they just kind of get used to it, and then it just calloused over and bleed, and then it's done.
I would never have guessed that. Have you ever had one of those major wipeouts that we see on TV sometimes when guys go down hard?
Yes, I've had one in high school.
Oh, ouch.
And I thought I had a concussion after it, but thank God I didn't. But
I'm kind of, I guess, surprised that more people probably don't have concussions. Those tracks are hard.
Yeah, they are very hard.
All right, let's switch topics here a little bit. You're graduating in the spring?
Yes.
How's that? What are you looking forward to most about being a graduate?
I'm definitely not ready to be done with nursing school, so that's the big part. Nursing school and track they're a big time in my life, so I'm ready to move on to just being a full-time job, no homework, nothing to bring home.
Yeah, I had a friend of mine tell me one time that the thing that was different between being a student and being a postgraduate was he got to read things that he wanted to read. He wasn't assigned to things. But for you, with clinicals, with all of the nursing stuff you have to do in a second semester, your last semester, what's that schedule going to be like?
Right now I'm working 11, 12-hour shifts, so I'm kind of...
Say that again?
I'm working 11, 12-hour shifts in these 7 weeks right now, so the nursing program and the teachers and then my coach are really they're really lenient with me and they work around my schedule, so
sure.
I'm grateful for that at Jewel.
Yeah, and in our small school again, with that's one of the advantages I would think you have. Teachers have been good to work with. Your coaches have changed here. Bart Mistel was just named the head track coach, and tell me how you feel about that.
I've had him for a year now, so it's kind of just like came from assistant to head coach, and he brings some new ideas to the track and to our team, and hopefully he'll bring a good future to the track team.
And it looks like Tom Eisenhower is going to kind of keep his hand in just a little bit with track.
Yeah, he still does. He still runs my hurdle practice, so he's still with me.
All right, good. I would think there's some comfort in that.
Yep.
Yeah. Nursing, what kind of nursing are you doing?
Hopefully ER, ICU. So,
really?
Yeah.
So you're going to go for kind of the glamour?
Yep.
Yeah. Have you done some, pardon me for not knowing the term, but have you spent some time, especially like in the ER?
I spent some time in the ICU this last semester, and then this semester I'm working like a recovery room, PACU, so that's kind of intensive care, so I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. Well, let's wrap up a little bit by talking about your family in Stafford, Missouri. First of all, where is Stafford?
Stratford is by
Stratford?
Yes,
okay,
it's by
sorry.
Springfield, Missouri.
Okay.
So we're like 10 minutes away. So.
Tell me about your family, if you would.
I have 2 sisters, Sophia and Anessa, and then my mom and dad, Twin and Sherry Alexander.
Okay.
they're big support, and they come to every meet. My mom and dad do so.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. What brought you to Jewel? Why did you decide to come here?
Mostly the nursing program, and then just being in a Division II school, so that's a big part of it.
Right. The final question is kind of a big one, and I'll just let you talk about it. I'll ask you some follow-ups here, but why do you do it? Why do you practice so hard that your knees are now immune to hitting hurdles, and you put in the 11, 12-hour shifts, you do all of that kind of stuff? Why? Why do you work so hard at it?
It's just a thrill, and it's just great, and, God's giving me a gift, so why not do it? So that's what I personally think.
Yeah, is it, because of all of the stuff that happens at the end of the day when you're going across that finish line, obviously it must be worth it. You keep doing it, but do you get that kind of satisfaction intrinsically?
Yeah, I think I do. It's always a joy to finish, and just that's finish lines now at the end with graduation and track, so that's what I'm really.
Yeah, it really is,
literally here, so yeah. It's pretty exciting.
Right. Do you plan to continue in athletics in any way? Is there life after college hurdling?
I think so. I plan on going. I'm going to try to apply to a program in California right now, but that's in the future. It's around June or July that I have to apply for it, and hopefully be accepted by October.
And I'll tell you, I've had the joy of being able to watch you run in the 2 conference meets that we hosted over the last 2 years, plus our own invitational. And, boy, people do need to come out and see you run, because one of the best track athletes to ever have run at William Jewell College is Blake Alexander. And thank you so much for coming and spending the time with us.
Thank you.
Hey, a pleasure on my behalf. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Blake Alexander, our guest here. It's inside, it's Happy Hours with the Cardinals, rather. And we are on live here. We'll have one more guest, Kelsey Morgan will be our guest from Jewell Softball in a moment.